Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm doing my first movie review. I'll probably do some more of these maybe at some point, but I just thought maybe I'd hit it while the iron's hot. I went to see Fnaf on release with Kieran. Guys. Kieran thought it was amazing. I thought it was the biggest pile of dog shit ever. A worst movie ever. There isn't a worse movie ever made. No matter what the budget, how well known, it is the worst movie ever made. There hasn't been a worse movie. That's a little hyperbolic, but I thought it was pretty bad. And it had potential. It was a cool idea. I thought, okay, this could be good going in, but as the movie went on, I mean, it became clear that it was just kind of sloppy and shit. The one guy, James House or Scott Thornhall, whoever made them, I can't remember who came up with the idea of the movie, but he said, hey, it's gonna be for the fans. It's gonna be for the people, so it's gonna be like if you play the games, those are the people who will enjoy it. People who read all the comics and shit. There's a lot of lore in there. I want to say I wasn't confused by the movie. I understood what was happening. I just thought it was shit. I thought that the presentation of it was very lazy, and there's a lot of stuff that was supposed to be funny that was just annoying because it was lazy. I don't feel like many characters that had too much what they didn't make too much sense. I think I think the writing was lazy. There was a scene where the Fazbears or whatever the fuck, the stupid bears. It's so stupid. No, the bears, they were like building a fort with this kid. Like the main guy took his sister, the child character, to the Fazbear place. While he's staying there to like watch the animatronics overnight or whatever, and then he takes her there, and she starts speaking to the Fazbears, and it's all creepy or whatever because there's the spoilers for just Fazbear lore in general. There's little kids inside of the suits, the animatronics, right? And then there's like they're ghosts in there. They're like haunted by the dead kids that got trapped inside. But she's like hanging out with them and stuff. And then a police officer who is supposed to be she's supposed to be good. She's like, hey, I know she knows everything about the place, by the way. I'm not going to go into why yet, but she knows and it's pretty clear from the start that she basically knows everything that there is to know about the Fazbear sitch and how they fucking murder people basically. And she sees the kid hanging out with them, and then the brother is like the main guy is like, hey, maybe keep your distance from these animatronics. They seem dangerous. And then this good cop, she's like, no, let's build a fort. Let's all build a fort together. It's supposed to be like a funny moment, like, nope, we're building the fort, And then it's like, oh, it's like supposed to be funny. And I was like, what the fuck? She knows that they're murderers. And then, very next scene, after they've built the fort together, they like all the ghost kids and the animatronics and the alive kid have all had fun together. They've had their fun building the fort and stuff, and the cop is like laying down with the murderous robots and stuff. She's like, oh, this is fun. And then they walk out, and the cop's like says to the brother, basically, I will murder you if you let the animatronics near that child again. So that's pretty good. That's pretty representative of just how characters don't really have a through line. It's just kind of like a fuck. It all serves the purpose of a stupid plot. It's shit. The movie's shit. The main kid who I'm talking about, she's like I guess she's supposed to be like kind of like an outcast character, and that she's not really integrated in school well. She's not getting along with anyone. She doesn't really get along with her brother because of past trauma. Like she lost her brother. And that plays into it too, which I thought that aspect was almost kind of cool. That could have been done well, but it wasn't. Like with the lost sibling, and the main character is trying to basically find his lost sibling through his dreams. I thought that was like a cool idea, but It's just executed really in a shit way. But the kid, the sister, I can't remember any of their fucking names. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna I don't want to have anything to do with anyone. I'm an outcast." Then she meets the Fazbears, and she gets along. She's happy with these kids, and then they try and kill her, right? Because they're bad. And they try and fit her into one of the suits, and she's completely fucking traumatized. And it's like a horrible, she's traumatized. But then, then the movie ends despite her like going through like the worst trauma probably a child can go through, and already someone who has trust issues and is like someone who clearly doesn't want to connect with people because of her like losing a sibling or whatever. All of a sudden at the end of the movie, after like the worst experience probably of her entire life, maybe only topped by her losing someone at a young age. She's like, "Oh yeah, I get along with everyone now," and she's happy at school all of a sudden after she witnessed like a murder as well. Yeah, great. Oh, great. She's happy again. In time for the end of the movie, she's happy. It just stuff kind of happens, and it doesn't make sense why, and characters are stupid. And the main character is like he's trying to find his son, or no, sorry, his brother, because as a young child his brother got stolen, and then the idea is that he saw his brother get driven away in a car, right? And that's all he saw. He didn't really get to a good look at the guy, but the idea is that everything is stored in your head. And I thought this was a cool idea, like everything's stored in your head, so if he can really think about it hard enough and really train his brain to figure out where where the guy is who took his brother, he can maybe like figure out what he looks like and then track him down and get his revenge, right? And I thought that was a cool idea. And it doesn't really have a good conclusion to it. It's just kind of like he keeps trying to go into his dream palace and relive the moment over and over again, trying to find the guy. And then the kids from the suits, when he starts doing the dreaming in his at his job, where the animatronics are there at the job, and where he's like watching over the place at night. The kids in those suits, the ghost kids, they enter his dream, and I thought that part was actually kind of, I like that part a little bit. I thought the dream parts were pretty cool actually. But the way they tied into the plot is just kind of lame and gay. You know what? I liked how the little girl saw when you saw through the eyes of the little girl, you saw the animatronics. Sometimes you saw them as the kids. I think there should be more of that. It might have been a little bit confusing, but I think that would have been cool. But yeah, it was kind of lame. It wasn't really funny. It wasn't really scary. It was kind of boring. Characters did things that made no sense. The conclusion of the movie was really fucking shit. Like really shit. It ended on a, after we got these two people did shit that made no fucking sense. Like the end of the movie basically was like spoilers for the end of this shit movie. It was like the little girl asking the main character, "Brother, can we go back and visit the Fazbears? After going through all that fucking trauma, after they've killed the Fazbears have killed a member of their family, they've killed other people, they've narrowly escaped with their lives, away from these animatronics being controlled by the fucking yellow bunny or whatever the fuck." Then he's like, "Oh yeah, should we go back and visit them? Yeah, maybe, yeah." And it ends on that, and then it zooms out. Movie roll credits. So great. It's what the fuck? So what? They're gonna go back and he's gonna think, "Oh, you know what? Let's go back and almost die again." Is that how the next movie is gonna start? Is that what they're leading up to? He's like, "Oh, brother, you said, remember the end of the last movie? You said we can go visit our friends. Remember how well I got along with them? I know they tried to kill me, but remember how well I got along with them and how they've somehow magically made me like a more social person, even though they fucking tried to kill me and I saw them kill people and stuff." And he's gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember all that. Yeah, let's go back there. Let's go back there and almost die again. Is that how I mean, it's probably not gonna be like that, is it? But it's such a stupid fucking setup. The cop character who I mentioned, who is being retarded. It turns out, spoilers, her dad is the main bad guy of the leading the, all the who trapped the children in the Fazbear suits, and he's controlling them. And any kind of like creepiness was gone. There was no real creepiness anyway, really. The silent animatronics, and you're not quite sure what they're thinking. It was usually, it felt like it was played for laughs almost throughout the movie, but sometimes it could be a little bit creepy. Sometimes you could be a little bit creeped out by like, oh shit, this animatronic's like staring at this character. Is he gonna kill him? Is he not? There could be something creepy there, but then all of a sudden, you're given this like animatronic that, the main animatronic bad guy, who's wearing a yellow, he's the yellow guy. He's all of a sudden just like talking and like talking shit to the main character, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker. He's like being all like, and it's just like, this isn't scary. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's not he's the main bad guy is the least kind of threatening, because all of a sudden he's just talking and he's like a human. Like it's very lame. Is how it's not scary at all. It's less scary than the not so scary animatronics. Yeah, it turns out he's the father of the cop. So that's why she's like kind of, I don't know how to whether I should I don't know whether I should let this guy die or not. So that's what, but it doesn't really explain why she's like, oh yeah, come play with these murderous animatronics, and then, oh actually, if you let her go play with them, I'm gonna fucking murder you. I'm a cop, but I'm just gonna shoot you in the fucking head. She says, and I quote, if you bring your sister near those animatronics again, I will shoot you. And that's directly fucking after she has tried to get his sister to play with the animatronics. Like it oh my god. And then at the end, she's like, "Oh, Dad, you can't fucking, believe me, I won't be any help, if I help in this final battle, And then you're thinking, oh shit, she knows the main bad guy, and she's gonna go to the dark side, but that's not really explored at all. There's no like kind of manipulation or anything cool happening there. There's no like, I was hoping for a scene where the father's like a Thanos moment, like, join me or whatever, but no, he just kind of fucking stabs her, and then they drag her corpse out of the place, and then she becomes alive again or whatever. Yeah, whatever. It sucks. Bad throughout. I kind of, when it started, I thought this could be good, but then it's, anyway. That's my review on that. I might talk about more movies in the future. I'm going to be doing more podcasts, and maybe that's where I might do that. I do like watching movie reviews, but I also understand I don't really. You can probably tell that what I've talked about here is pretty surface level. But I think this movie was particularly shit that I found it easier to talk about how shit it was. So yeah, there you go. I'll leave it at that. Last criticism: Markiplier wasn't in it. What the fuck?